Hey guys, in this video we will start to build product service, and for keeping the product information we will use the MongoDB database and will connect from product service to MongoDB database in the reactive way. So here we will use reactive MongoDB driver. So let's move on IntelliJ and start build a product service. तो यहाँ पे मैंने प्रोडक्ट सर्विस ऑलरेडी क्रिएट कर ली है फ्रॉम स्प्रिंग इनिशियलाइजर से, और मैंने यहाँ पर डिपेंडेंसीज ऐड की हैं. MongoDB ड्राइवर, थर्ड इज द स्प्रिंग वेब फ्लैक्स, सेकंड सॉरी इज द स्प्रिंग वेब फ्लैक्स, थर्ड इज द लैम्बॉग. और यहाँ पर मैंने to build the product microservice. So first I'll create the packages. So here I'll create the package controller, and I'll create the next package service, and the next package I'll create a repository, and next I'll create DTO, and next I'll create entity, and I add one more package here, util. Now I'll add the interfaces and classes inside the packages. तो यहाँ पे मैं create करूँगा product controller, use annotation rest controller, and for base URL I'll use the request mapping as an product. Okay, I'll create the DTO class. So here I'll create the product DTO class, and here I'll use the data from the lambok data and toString. Here I'll add three fields: private string ID, private string description, and private integer price. Okay, that's fine. And then I'll create the entity class. So I'll copy the field product. Okay, and here I'll use the ID annotation from the Spring, and same like data, sorry, data and toString I'll use. That's enough. Okay, and then I'll create the repository interface. I'll mark as an interface product repository. Okay, and here I'll extend interface from MongoDB library. So we as added the dependencies reactive Mongo, so I'll use here reactive Mongo repository, and here I'll provide the generate tile product because we will get the values as an product, and here we'll provide the type of ID. So our ID is the integer, so I'll pass here the integer. For now that's enough. Okay, now I'll move on the service. So I'll create the service class product service, and I'll mark as in the service annotation. Okay, and sorry, yeah, I need to also add here the repository add notation. Okay, I added it. Again I'll come back into the service and the service I created. Okay, now that's fine. Now I'll create the entity to DTO and DTO to entity conversion class. Okay, so int tt DTO util, and here I'll add two methods. convert into DTO, and from DTO to convert into entity. So I created this here. Now I'll start to build a REST endpoint. So first I'll create one REST endpoint to insert the data into our MongoDB. So I'll use here the post mapping, and I'll create it public, and I'll publish the response as in mono. So I'll use mono here, and response type will be the product DTO. Sorry, insert product. Okay, and I'll use here the request body and mono, I'll use here, and mono type will be the product DTO. Will received as in the request body. Okay, and here I'll auto wire service class. So I'll auto wire it product service, simple, and return this dot product service dot insert product, and I'll pass it product DTO. Now I'll create this method inside the service class. So I'll create it this method, and for saving the record into the database, I need to auto wire repository object. So I'll auto wire product repository object here, and here I'll write the pipeline. So first, what I need to do, I need to convert product DTO into the entity. So I'll use here map and entity DTO utils class. I'll use it here and map it into two entity. Okay, so I'll map it into the two entity, and then what I need to do, I need to save the record into the database. So here I'll use the flat map because this is the blocking operation, and we are writing the non-blocking programming here. So I will use the flat map. So till the time call will not be returned back from the database, below code will not be execute. Okay, so here I'll save the record here. So I'll use this dot product repository, and here I'll use insert method. This is already provided from the Reactive Mongo repository. ओके, यहाँ पर हम अब हमें यहाँ पर एज एन एंटिटी रिटर्न होगा, देन मुझे एंटिटी को मैप करना है डीटीओ में, और फिर डीटीओ को मैं रिटर्न करूँगा फ्रॉम दिस लेयर. ओके, सो आई विल मैप इट अगेन. सो आई विल यूज एंटिटी utils and I will use to DTO. That's enough. Okay, and I'll return it. Simple. Let's run and test it. So application already started on port 8081 as we provided in our configuration file, and in configuration file we provided the database name product DB. Okay, now I'll open the Mongo Compass, and I'll connect with Mongo Compass. Right now you can see we do not have the product DB, and when I'll test it, then we can see the product DB. So now I will open the Postman. I'll open it. So here I used the URL, right, and this is our body, and now I'll test it. Okay, fine. So I got 200 OK code, and as a response I got the ID, description, and our price. Okay, now I'll cross verify from the MongoDB. So I'll go inside here, I'll refresh the databases. So here you can see our product DB is created, and inside the product DB we have the collection product, and in collection we have a one document right now as we added. Let's try with one more document here. So here I'll use the 13, and here I'll increase some price. Yeah, and then I'll again test it Okay, then yeah, this is also inserted in our MongoDB. I'll go inside here and I need to refresh. And here you can see we have the two record as we are inserted. Okay, so for the next video we will create more REST endpoint. Thank you for watching this video for now.